So welcome back to Willie's Copper Kitchen, and today what we're going to be making is hash brown and eggs, and we're going to be making it the more modern, a little bit more convenient way than having to peel and shred our potatoes. And I'm using Idaho spuds, and these are about as close to the real thing I've ever found to real potatoes. And what we're going to do here, in the way I measure them and the way that I do them, and it works for me every time, and it doesn't matter how big of a bowl you're using, just remember it's half potatoes, half water. So right here in this bowl, I'm going to fill the bowl up 50% full. And I'm not going to compress them down or anything. I'm just going to, let them be the way they are sitting there. So now I have that half full. And I'm going to get me some water. See the potatoes there? And I'm just going to pour the water in. Okay. So we do that. And that's what that looks like. And I'll just kind of run my fingers through that right there. And I'll let that soak for about, I would say 20 minutes or so. And I'm going to put some butter. And make sure that pan was nice and hot. And I'm going to put a little bit of a Crisco pure vegetable oil in it too. And then I'll kind of wiggle it around a little bit, kind of mix it up. Now, I'm going to make Sunnyside up eggs. If I'm going to have an egg, that's going to be the type of breakfast egg I'm personally going to eat. So I'm going to turn this down just a smidge, because I don't want to burn my butter or my oil. So I'm going to give it a good little crack. Okay, so then there are my eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and pepper them. I'm going to go ahead and put a pinch of salt on each one. Try not to over salt your eggs. You want to keep your sodium within a healthy range. So I'm going to go ahead and put this lid over it so it can get a little bit hotter. And it's not completely sealed. You can see right there, I can get my spatula in those sides. So it's not sealing at 100% because I don't want water getting up in this lid and creating steam. So the water hits that oil, it'll create a splash, and you don't want that. Okay, so let's take a peek at our eggs. Yep, they're looking good. So we're going to take our lid off and place it right over here. I'm going to take some of this grease and I'm going to splatter it on the egg tops. Make sure these eggs don't overcook here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn those off. I'm going to get my lid. I'm going to put over there and let them cook for a couple of minutes, and then we'll take them off. So these eggs are exactly how we wanted them. The yellows are all beautiful. The yolks are beautiful. I meant the whites and the yolks are beautiful. You see that? Can you see that? Okay, so there's a little bit of grease left over from those eggs. That's all the grease I'm going to use for my hash browns. A common mistake I see people make when they do fried potatoes or hash browns, they use way too much grease, and that's not necessary. You're going to be cooking them mostly by steam. So I'm going to take the hash brown. I'm going to kind of squish it out. Squish that water out of there just like that.
So all depending on what your portion size is. For me and my partner, that's about a 2. For most people, that's probably more like 4. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of pepper. I like to take a little bit of minced onion. Once again, just a little bit of salt. That's a lot of potatoes, so I'm going to say at least half a teaspoon. So all I'm going to do is kind of level these out. I'm going to go ahead and take a pan and fill those. I'm going to turn those down to about 6.5, and I'm not going to touch those for at least 4 minutes. See that brown? That's how you want them to look. And I'm going to put the lid back on so I don't lose any more heat.
So I'm going to go ahead and check my potatoes again, my hash browns. And I don't want to hear any comments about me making a mess. I'm cooking. You're supposed to be making a mess. If you haven't made a mess, then it probably ain't going to taste good. That's what my grandma always told me. And then I had to go in the kitchen and clean it up. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hash browns and Sunnyside up eggs. I really want to thank you again for coming to Willie's Kitchen, Willie's Copper Kitchen, and please like and subscribe.